Story now. Leaders of Eurasian countries are holding talks to find means and measures to counter terrorism and the financial crisis. Representatives of the 6 countries of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization have arrived for the summit in Russia's Yekaterinburg in the Urals. Founded in 2001, the organization includes Russia, China, and the Central Asian former Soviet republics of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Iran, India, Pakistan, and Mongolia have official observer status. For more, let's go live now to Katerina Azarova, who is actually following the summit for us. Hello, Katerina. Now, a number of the one-to-one meetings are underway, as far as I understand. What are the leaders discussing at the moment?
Well, Evgeny, this is the first day of the summit, so there will be a meeting between all of the SCO leaders, as well as several bilateral meetings that will take place throughout the day. Amongst them, President Medvedev will be meeting with leaders of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and also actually holding a meeting that is unique in its format for the Russian president. It's a trilateral meeting between the Russian president and the leaders of Afghanistan and Pakistan, respectively. And those meetings that the Russian president will host are actually very closely tied to one of the most important aspects on the SCO agendas, that is security and stability in the region that the SCO respectively covers. Now, they do want to cooperate and collaborate in order to ensure that the region is free of violence, that the region is a stable one, and that economic prospects are possible to explore. Now, in order to do that, they have to focus on issues such as fighting terrorism, fighting drug trafficking, and the problem there is very crucial. That is why it's one of the most important issues on the agenda for the SCO leaders, but there are many other ways of cooperation between those 6 states, amongst them economic cooperation, of course nuclear non-proliferation, and various other aspects of energy security, including the very important nuclear aspect. North Korea is expected to be discussed in that light, and its nuclear ambitions. Iran, the president of which hasn't yet actually arrived, and we don't know whether he will be arriving to participate in the summit due to unrest back in his home country in Iran following the presidential elections that took place this weekend. But we do know that the nuclear issue is very firmly on the agenda, and in an exclusive interview to RT, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Pakistan actually explained why that issue is very important. Let's have a listen.
Pakistan's nuclear arsenal is very safe, and we have followed international good practices, and all the players who matter are confident about the security system that we've put in place. It's a multi-layered system. It's foolproof system, and I think all this propaganda of our assets falling into wrong hands has no relevance at all.
So a very confident representative of Pakistan there, as you've heard, many, of course, sharing his confidence in that they will be able to come up with a common security strategy that will ensure security not only within the states of the members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, but in those areas that do border them.
Katrina, we understand very well the Shanghai Group has a severe battleground at its borders, Afghanistan. What is the organization planning to do with that?
Well, Afghanistan, of course, Evgeny, as you understand, is a very prominent issue on the SCO's agenda. The bilateral meetings that the Russian president will hold later on in the day are also to be dedicated specifically to ensuring security and peace in that region, making sure that there is a program to fight drug trafficking, program to reduce terrorism and extremism in that zone. Of course, both Pakistan and Afghanistan suffering from violence in their respective regions. But also, there's a question of Russian and the SCO's involvement in the stabilizing of that situation. For example, Russia offers a channel for the coalition forces which are present in Afghanistan in order to deliver humanitarian goods to those coalition forces, to the Afghani people. So there's a lot of involvement in the peace process in Afghanistan. And the fact that Russia does support the coalition forces is very important. I spoke a little bit earlier to the chief correspondent of the German Die Zeit newspaper. Let's have a listen to what he had to say on the matter.
We see a lot of these kind of contradictory moments still existing, and they will exist. But I suppose that the summit will talk about once again about how important it is in a way to support the work of the coalition forces, and this is already very important.
So despite the fact that many are saying that perhaps this meeting will be more words and not perhaps followed by as many actions, there are definitive steps that the SCO members can take to show that they are perhaps a force to be reckoned with.
Well, thank you very much, Katerina. That was Katerina Azarova reporting live from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Yekaterinburg.